Welcome back to Packs and Picks, and welcome back to our Advent Calendar constructed event for this month of December. If you're just tuning into the channel, we've been opening packs over the course of this month with the ultimate goal of building a constructed legal deck in Standard out of the cards that we open. We've already opened 9 packs so far, so I thought I would do a little check-in, show you the deck that I've got going on so far, talk about some of the cards in the pool, and talk about what I hope that we're going to open in some future packs, or just some ideas about where the pool might go as we open up more packs. So you see I've got Llanowar Elves here right now. You can tell I've got a partially green deck here, so I'm just going to show you the deck that I've got so far, and we'll go from there. So first things first, one of the things that drew me to green this time around is we have a pretty decent ramp and mana fixing package in green so far. So we've got Llanowar Elves, Tender Wild Guide, Hard Bristle Bandit, Deathbloom Gardener, Elvish Archdruid, Grow from the Ashes. So a decent number of cards that are going to help us ramp or at least fix our mana, which I do like that, especially as we're doing this basically what's a really big sealed pool. I feel like mana fixing is going to help us splash maybe some off-color rares that we might open up in the pool later on, and also just help us ramp into some big creatures that we open in our pool. So that's why one of the reasons why I like going into green in this pool right now. We also have some decent interaction in the form of things like Snakeskin Veil, Bushwhack, also a little bit of mana fixing there, High Stride, just some combat tricks that we have available to us. Another thing that we have is Overrun, and one of the things that you'll see as I lay out this deck a little bit more is we kind of have like an Overrun or go wide strategy sub-theme here with being able to pump up our entire team. So I think that's going to be one of our strategies in the game if our big creatures that we ramp into just aren't doing the trick. So we have things like Overrun in there. So a couple of our big creatures that we can ramp into, we've got the classic Shivan Dragon, Elfsworn Giant, just some big dorky creatures at the top end of the curve. And then as you see here, we've got things like Outlaw's Fury, Goblin Surprise. These are some of the other kind of pump your whole team effects that we have access to in the pool. So I'll go ahead and lay out the rest of the deck here. We'll talk a little bit more about it. One of the things, if you remember from the pool overall, was we did get a lot of rares in red, and that's definitely what drew me towards going into red, was just to see if we couldn't cram in all of our rares that we could. As you can see, I'm playing a handful of them here. So the ultimate version of the deck is red-green right now, at least, 9 packs into our little advent calendar. So one of the things I like about going into red and green is we do get some of our interaction, our removal from red. So we've got Burst Lightning over here, Incinerating Blast, Hell to Pay. This is another one that's going to help us with ramp as well, so we can ramp into Hell to Pay, maybe get some extra treasures on top of that. So we've got some more interaction out of red, and then as I mentioned, we can ramp into our Shivan Dragon. We've also got some of our rares, so Krenko Mob Boss. Not a ton of goblins in our deck. We've got a couple here. That Goblin Surprise could also make us some goblins as well. But as a 4-cost 3/3, he's all right. Make a couple goblins hopefully in the course of the game. Elvish Archdruid. This is another one of our rares. We actually do have a decent number of elves in the deck, so we might be getting some more mana off of Elvish Archdruid than we would in another build of the deck. So we do have some elves that we can leverage, which is nice. Some other little fun things in the deck too. We've got the Fishing Pole Ravenous Amulet combo, this super power combo here. So make some fish, sacrifice them to Ravenous Amulet, and maybe win the game off of it. Probably not, but I think this is fun, so we're going to put it in the deck for now until we find some other cards that can replace that. And then as far as like lands go, we did get a Rugged Highlands in the pool, so that's going to make it in the deck, and just 1 copy of Evolving Wilds for right now. And that's the red-green deck as it currently stands. Some of the other contenders, I do think white is the biggest contender to replace 1 or 2 of these colors, probably the red, just because what white has going on is a lot of token generation that you'd expect to see out of white. So we've got things like the Intrepid Rabbit, Argivian Cavalier, a couple of Resolute Reinforcements. So we've already got the groundwork for a lot of the white token generation that can help us with things like overrun. So I like that. And then we also have just some good interaction from white. So things like Fleeting Flight, Make Your Move, Banishing Light. We've got this Celestial Armor as well. So as we open more and more packs, I'm going to be looking at the white cards that we open and see if we've got enough critical mass of white that I want to maybe pivot red out and try a green-white build. Other things that I'm going to keep an eye out too is red-blue. So we do have a couple of kind of signpost cards in Alania, Divergent Storm, and Balmor Battle Mage. So these are the kind of quintessential red-blue spells matters cards. So we've already got decent interaction in red. If we do get some more blue interaction cards that I like the look of, some bounce spells out of blue would be great, then I might look at making a blue-red deck with these two cards in it as well. And then, of course, black is the last one we haven't talked about. Black was missing a lot of the typical removal spells that you would see. I think we had maybe one removal spell in all of black in this pool so far. So if black gets some more removal in the pool or some more enablers for some of the mill strategies that I see, I could see bringing in Consuming Aberration. We do have a decent amount of mill between blue and black in our pool, and so I could see making perhaps a blue-black deck if we get enough of that typical black removal. So that's what we've got so far. Let's go ahead and actually end this video by opening our next pack and seeing what we could add to the pool, and maybe we get something nice for this this pool so far. So what I'm going to open up Murders at Karlov Manor. Let's see what we have to add to our pool. All right. We've got a Macabre Reconstruction, so a Reanimator card here for black. Case of the Crimson Pulse, so we've got a rare red card. Concealed Weapon, another red card. Long Goodbye, so there we go, we got a black removal spell, so we're on the way. Soul Search, Convenient Target, Sanitation Automaton, Vengeful Creeper, Person of Interest, Cold Case Cracker, Rift Knot Tracker, Toxin Analysis, and Escape Tunnel. So there's our 10th pack for our Advent calendar. Let me know if you like the cards from this pack. What do you like about the red-green build of the deck? Would you go to another version of the build? Let me know in the comments, and stick around tomorrow because we're going to be opening more packs for this pool. I'll see you soon.